Hey, Taryn Thompson here, your virtual health coach. Look, do you have problems with candida? Right, maybe you suspect, but you're not 100% sure. If that's you, then stick around, because in today's video, I'm going to let you know what symptoms are showing that present symptoms for candida, and then also I'm going to give you 5 things that you can do about that. So first of all, let's have a talk about some of the symptoms that you may be experiencing. Chronic fatigue, acne, maybe even a bit of permeability in the gut. So if the gut's a little bit leaky, that means that proteins are coming out and getting into the bloodstream, therefore causing a lot of inflammation. If you are experiencing fatigue, like chronic fatigue, if you are coming down with colds and flus quite often, so your immune system feels a little bit suppressed. If you suspect that your metabolism is slow and you're having problems with fat burning, then these are all highly likely signs that you have a problem of an overgrowth of a bacteria called candida. Now, when the good and bad bacteria in your gut become really imbalanced, it can really pose quite a lot of problems. So here are some things that you can do. The first step is to eliminate sugar. Now, I know that everyone says eliminate sugar and you're like, but it's so hard. But what you can actually do is you can regulate your sugar intake, okay, by looking at the label of whatever it is that you are eating, and you got a label read to make sure that you are aware of what things have sugar in them. And if you're a female, you want to make sure that you are getting no more than 16 grams of added sugars a day. Okay, so keep your sugars under 16 grams, so just flick the label around of whatever it is that you're eating. If it's in a packet, by the way, most of your foods should not be in a packet, just make sure that it is under 16 grams. The second thing you want to do is eliminate grains, all right? So, but what do I eat then? So you can eat your starchy vegetables. You just want to make sure that the portion size that you're having at any one time is about the size that can fit into your palm, okay? So things like squash, pumpkin, sweet potato, corn, just make sure that you monitor that portion size. Otherwise, it is going to convert to too much sugar in the blood. That feeds the bad bacteria. The third thing is regulate your fruit intake, okay? So don't have more than 2 pieces of fruit per day maximum, but my best recommendation is to actually just have 1 piece of fruit a day, all right? And try and take it easy on the bananas, all right, because they are a starchy fruit. The fourth thing is to take a probiotic. Look, you definitely need to make sure that you are taking a probiotic. And I'd actually recommend that you double and up to triple the dose for about a 30-day period where you are doing this candida cleanse, and even up to 90 days, all right? You need to flood your system, you need to flood the intestines with good bacteria. The fourth thing is to take that with a prebiotic. Okay, so you've got your probiotics, which is actually depositing that good bacteria into the intestines, but then you've also got to take a prebiotic, which feeds the good bacteria. This is their food, all right? So you want to make sure that you keep them alive and that they're able to thrive. It's like fertilizer to the garden when you have prebiotic. Now, some prebiotics are a fiber supplement containing inulin with insoluble and soluble fiber. They love that. Also fermented foods like kimchi, also fermented drinks like kombucha. So those are my best recommendations, all right? And you see what happens. You'll notice in the first week that inflammation will come right down. You'll find your guts will immediately start to settle, right? So those are my best recommendations. Now, one last thing. A lot of people take these antifungal creams or tablets, all right, that especially the tablets, which are designed to completely wipe out the bacteria in the intestines. Now, this may give you a short-term solution, but I can assure you it is the worst thing that you can do, and this is why. Think of it like a garden, all right? So you've got your garden, and there are a ton of weeds overgrowing the garden. Now, an experienced gardener will know not to wipe out all the weeds, all right? An amateur gardener will go and clear the weeds right out, but what that does is it creates the perfect growing grounds for more weeds to come back in. So when they come back in, they come in with a vengeance. And this is the same with what's happening in the intestines, all right? So do like an experienced gardener and take the things that feed the weeds out, so the bad bacteria, and by putting the probiotics in and feeding them with the prebiotics, which is your fiber and the kombucha drinks and the fermented foods and so forth, it's like you are taking out some weeds and then putting in a plant. Taking out some weeds and putting in a plant. And if you do that, that is the best way to be able to cure candida naturally and to be able to get rid of all the symptoms that come alongside with that. So I hope that you got some value from that. If you would like to know more about some of those symptoms that are interrelated and be able to find out a little bit more about what's going on with some of those hormone imbalances, then you can go to our website, right? It is generationhealth.co.nz/quiz, and you can go ahead and take the body type quiz. And when you do that, it's going to ask you a bunch of symptoms that you're experiencing that you probably don't even know are related, and then it's going to let you know which is your most dominant underlying hormone imbalance. So go ahead and take that quiz. I hope that you got some value from that today. Feel free to like, comment, or share.